What's up, guys? This Stingray back here again. Got another series of movie reviews I'm going to be doing called WTF Reviews. Kind of something new, trying to mix it up a little bit. Watch some of these older movies that are relatively crappy. But this is going to be Jaws 3D. I watched Jaws 3 and Jaws 4 recently and wanted to talk about those. Jaws 3 right now. This is like a nostalgia crushing film because I remember this being pretty bad, but it exceeded my expectations of how bad it is. Um, I mean, you've got some competent actors in here. Dennis Quaid, Louis Gossett Jr., and this is the film debut of Leah Thompson, the feature film debut. And man, Dennis Quaid and Louis Gossett Jr. are sleepwalking through this thing. But this movie should have been so much better. Even the script is decent. I think the 3D really takes away from it because it looks so bad now. Like when I was 8 years old, saw this film, I rolled my eyes at it then, at how bad the 3D effects were, especially the end scene with they're in the underwater space station, and the shark is coming towards the thing and eventually smashes through. Like, what the fuck, man? It's just like a frozen picture of a shark slowly moving towards them. It's awful, and watching it now, it's laughably bad. But when I was a child, like if an 8-year-old knows something's bad, something horribly wrong with that shit, man. Like, uh, the 3D in this movie is some of the worst I've ever seen. Um, just so many shots were just intentionally done because of the 3D effects, and that's one of the big complaints I have with 3D movies. Even newer 3D movies is they have no purpose, other than being, oh shit, it's coming at my face, but it's coming on my face, but just like shots of fucking cattails, like close-ups on cattails, little things growing in the ground, like oh shit, it's coming at me. And just like lingering shots on that stuff. And there's a few scenes in there with this submarine. I saw this the other day and I rewound it and watched it in slow-mo a few times because it's so awful. This weird submarine thing they use in the movie, some horseshit invention, I'm sure, but it's going through the water, and there's a sequence when it's rotating just slightly, and it's the bottom of it is black, and I don't know if it's the technology they were using to shoot this thing in 3D or what, or some sort of weird shit, but it disappears. The black part of the submarine like disappears, and you can see the background through it, and it doesn't last long, maybe 2 or 3 seconds. But I rewound it and looked at it, and it's just like, what? How did that make it through the editing stages and people watching this movie? And like that should have not been in there at all. And most of the 3D sequences with the shark were awful and laughably bad. But directed by Joe Alves or Alves, I don't know how you say it, but he's apparently one of the unknown guys in the other 2 Jaws movies, set designer or special effects or some shit. But this is his only movie to ever direct, and I'm not really surprised after seeing the final, the final deal. And him being a first-time director probably explains a lot of stuff on that's wrong with this movie. I don't know that it's necessarily his fault, but obviously they had some money behind this, and it doesn't look good. And with the actors they had and the script they had, I think it really should have been a lot better. I think the script is really decent. Like I think the idea is really cool, because what I always remembered about this movie when I was a kid was the SeaWorld, the SeaWorld location, which I always thought was cool, but this also introduces the revenge aspect that they really play out in part 4 with the there's a smaller shark who's I don't know, regular sized great white, 12 foot or 10 foot, however big it is, and the Dennis Quaid's girlfriend wants to bring this thing in, and let's keep it in here to be the only live shark ever in captivity. And they bring it in, and for some reason it like pisses off the mother, which is the big shark. It's 35 feet long as opposed to the 25-foot long shark in the previous 2 movies. So it's that much more insane and terrifying, whatever. Um, I mean, why? How does it know? Why does it know that the shark is in there? So it goes crazy, comes in there, and starts eating people. And I think that sequence, like when the big shark comes in and starts eating the people, I remember the people on the like inflatable little boats driving around. Like I always thought that was a really cool sequence, even when I was a kid. I thought that was really freaky. Um, but aside from that one sequence, I think this movie's absolute garbage. But I mean, the shark in this movie makes the shark in part four look cool because it's so bad. Let's see. This is of course there's riddled with bad ADR throughout the movie. They're like constantly talking to each other under the water, and it's the whole thing. I think this whole movie maybe ADR probably is. Uh, so much to talk about. Not good, not good. But anyway, I just watched that Blackfish documentary lately, and I keep thinking about the SeaWorld shit in that, kind of equating it to this movie. But yeah, I would say avoid this movie like the fucking plague, because like when I was a kid, I always used to watch. They would show these in a marathon all together, and I would always watch all four of the movies and then go to the beach for the summer. It was always like Shark Week was always like right coordinated with summer vacation, and would be absolutely fucking terrified to go in the water. And that's probably the only thing I'm like legitimately scared of is sharks. And I mean, I think that's a legitimate fear when you're in the water because like when you see fucking bull sharks in 3 foot water, it's kind of freaky. They can take a leg off or some shit. But yeah, a few times I was out in the water and actually saw some sharks out there. So yeah, I'm legitimately afraid of sharks. But um, Jaws is a big part of that. Um, but watching it now, it's watching this movie is not really all that scary. But if you guys have seen that, please. I mean, I'm sure all of you have seen this movie, but please let me know what you think about it. It's yeah, it's pretty bad. It's actually like watching part four makes me think it's a little bit better movie. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Peace out.